properly fund higher education has created abysmal results for Nevada students. By the end of the next biennium, our campus alone will have eliminated more than 700 budgeted positions and more than 30 degree programs. More than 50 services and programs will have been eliminated or sharply reduced. The university's budget will have been reduced by more than $100 million for decades. Nevada's student population has been underinformed and disenfranchised. The days of apathy are over. In this state, the interests of the gaming and mining industries, as well as big banks and big business, are secured through lobbyists who have significant influence on elected officials. These wealthy industries have legions of well-paid, high-powered lobbyists. Who lobbies for the student? No one. The students have neither money nor power. For far too long, students have not had the will and the wherewithal to lobby for themselves. That is going to change. We, as the University of Nevada political activists, a newly formed ASUN-recognized student organization, pledge to reclaim our political voice and to pressure our representatives to stand by our interests. We must empower our fellow students and put an end to the negative stereotypes associated with the college population and fight for our future. Not only in the state legislature are our voices muted. Even within our own school, students are often denied a say in important decision-making processes that directly affect us. The Nevada system of higher education recently chose a new university president, but the amount of input the student body had in the selection process was laughable. Students have the ability to offer a unique perspective that university officials do not have. Furthermore, this is our university and we should be given a chance to make our voices heard. This is why we, the University of Nevada political activists, call upon the University of Nevada, Reno, and the Nevada system of higher education officials to publicly acknowledge the importance of the student voice by taking steps to create a position for a Nevada student to sit on the Nevada Board of Regents. We as students must make a conscious effort to get and stay involved in the political decisions that affect us.
How about just become involved?
Okay.
Get and stay.
Yeah.
Yep, I think we
Or is it in Word?
Open it, go to the start menu, or just go open, and it's in the, yeah, right there, manifest your file.
Okay.
Yeah, let it up.
Can I go like this too?
Yeah.
No, maybe not. Okay, so let's see. To become involved?
I thought.
Yeah. And do we want to put laughable? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
thank
the
you.
one word.
How about make
What
it
exactly was our
non-existent?
minimal?
Was-
Minimal.
I'll go with
Minimal, okay, minimal is
That's a good word.
measured, yeah.
Minimal implies that we had a say though, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
we
Did
have
we?
to say, I don't know.
What exactly was it? So non-existent?
Can we
Well,
like a thesaurus?
I think that what they did was, I mean, they had like, cause I told my friend about it that was helping me come up with ideas, and he said like, well, I'm sure there was something, and then I looked and there was like a student round, or like a student meet and greet kind of thing.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so it's
But what
a-
effect did that really have
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
this?
Okay, so
Like-
minimal is
And
very
I-
good.
Minimal is all right.
Pretty much
Minimal's good then.
exactly
Yeah.
because there was some announcement.
So if I could put
Yeah.
nothing, I'd put nothing.
You know, you came to this meeting, you could say something.
Yeah, and it's like, it looks like it was just for show, like, okay, so you could say that you've gotten students' input, but,
Shall I keep going?
yeah.
So what do you put?
I put minimal.
Okay, yeah.
Is that good enough?
I'll start up here.
Was- How about unacceptable?
Oh
That's
yeah.
a much
there we go.
stronger word.
Or was that, is that cool?
Yeah.
I said unacceptable.
I'm not good at spelling.
I would put but then exactly. Yeah.
Was what?
But the minimal amount.
Okay.
Not only in the
Wasn't
state legislature.
Okay, yeah, yes, so the minimal input,
Alright.
the
what-
minimal
what's the plan?
input was unacceptable? Or is-
Okay, the Nevada system of higher education recently chose a new university president.
But the minimal.
The minimal amount of input the student body had in the selection process was unacceptable.
Yeah. So put minimal up, don't forget the other word.
Would it be is unacceptable?
Yeah,
Like,
I
is
would, good.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's-
I'm trying not to write this for you,
Minimal
but that's
amount,
what I would put in.
You're the writer.
You're the co-PhD too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning of this paragraph. Not only in the state legislature are our voices muted. Even within our own schools, students are too often denied a say in important decision making.
How about just are denied?
Students are denied a say in important decision making
Do
processes.
you want to be a say or a voice? Don't get me started.
That's good.
Say is good or voice?
No, voice.
I like voice.
Not only in the state legislature are our voices muted, even within our own school, students are denied a voice in important decision-making processes that affect us directly. The Nevada system of higher education recently chose a new university president, but the minimal amount of input the student body had in the selection process is unacceptable. Students have the ability.
To keep the same tense. I think it needs to be was.
Yeah,
Exactly, it needs to be the same time.
Yeah.
How about it, and you could do this.
Recently chose and was.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I don't think it's a different tense because this is what happened, but that isn't acceptable.
Yeah, I think it should be is.
Yeah, because it
And
currently
you
is
can-
unacceptable.
You can also cut a little of the wordiness down by saying but the minimal input, you don't have to put amount of.
Yeah.
The minimal input the student body had in the selection process. Does that sound all right?
Because it wasn't unacceptable back then, I mean, when it happened.
And it's still unacceptable now.
Yeah, but it is.
We're still okay. Yeah.
I think it's
We
good
should
word.
cut out all words.
Yeah. Nouns, action.
It's just action words.
Well, action words are verbs.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but not for.
Shall we? Okay, okay. The Nevada system of higher education recently chose a new university president, but the minimal input the student body had in the selection process is unacceptable.
Yeah.
Students have the ability to offer a unique perspective that university officials don't have.
How about students offer? again?
Students can offer.
Or just offer?
Yeah, students offer. The fewer words, people
Yeah.
trip over a lot of words in a sentence.
Can offer.
Students offer a unique.
Yeah, keep going.
Students offer a unique perspective that university officials don't have. Furthermore, this is our university and we should be given a chance to make our voices heard. This is why we, the UNR political activists, call upon the University of Nevada, Reno and the Nevada system of higher education officials to publicly acknowledge the importance of the student voice by taking steps to create a position for a Nevada student to sit on the Nevada Board of Regents.
What about, I just had this thought 2 seconds ago. Like, I agree there needs to be a student, but should that student be, this is a little bit more detailed than we need to get here, but like an undergrad or a graduate student? Because I
Could be
think,
an undergrad. I mean, it could be both, but.
that's why I was saying we might eventually, like if this gets going, we might want to actually advocate for 2 positions. Because I think that graduate students and undergrads, they have the same, probably the same interests in higher education, but they are going to be a little bit different on the programs and services offered.
But you are an undergraduate.
Yeah.
So right now, this is what you get. You're absolutely right. I mean, the graduate students have different needs.
Yeah.
Same commitment to education at least,
Yeah.
but different, different needs. So this, I think there should be a graduate student too, but I think in terms of what you're advocating for, what this is about, you're advocating for your voices. And let the graduate students come up with their own manifesto.
Is everyone cool with that? We'll have the-
Yeah.
we'll have the-
Quickly, should we put something like a permanent position for a student, or just, do you think a student is enough?
I think it's fine.
I think it is fine, because I think a permanent is probably implied.
But taking steps to create position. For,
Should
how
we
about
say-
for a
we could-
student region?
We could take out taking steps to create, we could just say,
Yeah.
we could work towards creating a position. If we're
Yeah,
trying
I
to make it
think
less
that's
wordy.
right.
Acknowledge the importance of student voice by creating a student, a region.
Well, I think that I like the taking steps because I don't think that they can actually do it. I think that they need to it's like the state legislature maybe too. So they take the steps to get that rolling.
Okay, okay.
I think he's right. I think any changes to words really past here from the state.
But I mean, so they can still make that happen, but I don't think they can just
It wasn't covered in
read
the
it.
Constitution.
themselves. I like the team.
All right.
I know
And
lots
maybe
about
what
the
you want to say
legislature.
for the transition to the next paragraph is, for our part, we pledge to make a conscious effort. So in other words, you're asking them to
Give and
pledge
take.
something, yeah, and you're saying, here's what we're gonna do, because this is a collective project. You know, to,
Okay, then I'm not sure how to phrase that.
For our part,
we pledge as, or,
we pledge as students,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh wait, I know I've got this all messed up, huh?
We need that first comment.
I don't think you need either one.
We
I
as
believe we need
students-
both in order to.
I don't know, I'm bad at it.
Because, yeah.
It's not, you don't need an offset, you don't need either one of those
Well, I
commas.
believe you do, because we pledge to make a conscious effort
We just keep
as
one
students.
comment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's an aside.
I think it's a
Yeah.
judgment
Yeah.
call.
Yeah?
Yeah, you can do it either way.
Oh,
It's
then never
right
mind.
here.
I think you need it.
I think if you need one, it's after students.
I
As
don't-
students,
yeah.
you need to do,
Yeah.
it's not as, that doesn't.
I managed to get around a lot of like as students, like I don't have to take
All right.
foreign switch.
That eliminates all the
Whereas I
time.
found it, so
Perfect.
That actually sounds good, because I don't want a million comments,
That's
right?
my major
Yeah.
counts as my elective political science.
Yeah.
So I have a very like centralized.
All right, so as students, we pledge to make a conscious
Sometimes
effort.
those requirements are for these things, you know.
For what?
But I did take my Englishes, but I just didn't
Yeah.
learn commas. Semicolons, I
I think
over
I've
comma
taken, I think
everything.
I've taken.
I take breaths a lot when I'm colons.
Okay, so how are we doing here?
Is that better?
And then
Okay.
you see.
As students, comma, up here.
Yeah, good,
And
I like
you
that.
have to use the correct, you have to use the conscious effort if you're
Yeah.
going to put it in a paper. No.
Focus, folks. You
All right,
gotta
so
get
as
this.
students, we pledge to make a conscious effort to become involved in the political decisions that affect us. Politicians pay attention to their constituents. If we don't make the effort to stay informed and show up to vote every November, our legislators won't put in the effort to support our needs. The UNR political activists will work to educate, organize, and mobilize students with diverse political views and party affiliations. We have the ability to change our relationship with our university and our state. The UNR political activists hereby call upon students, educators, alumni, and parents.
Wait a minute, what happened to the staff?
Ooh,
Are you sure you've got the right
Yeah, that's weird. 'cause I-
version?
I don't have the right
hate that
version,
when
do
that
I?
happens.
Yeah,
We have this added though, so we'll get there.
I know.
I wonder what other changes.
Oh, yeah, right, the
We
bolds are in there.
We have the
so-
both.
I
Alumni,
don't know what
staff,
happened, because I did write that in there.
staff.
And you guys have been watching me as I read
Well-
through it, so.
Yeah.
Should I get rid of this comment too? I had a debate with someone earlier today about this one. Does anybody want to solve
That was
this?
not, that one does not belong there.
It's either way, actually.
No comma.
Alright, that's what I want to hear, either way.
Less characters.
It moves faster without the comment.
Alright, so the UNR political activists hereby call upon students, educators, alumni, staff, and parents to take a stand.
We also had everyone else who,
In all.
all others
All other
who.
concerns, anything like that?
And anyone else.
And all others.
And all, oh, I see.
I don't remember.
Yeah, and all others concerned in the state of education with that. I don't know.
What do we have? We have
With
something
the
good.
higher education.
I wonder what happened to it. I save other versions.
Maybe I got access.
Well, sometimes there are two versions, and you think
Oh.
you're working on one, but you're only working on the other.
I literally put save after every sentence.
What were
I
you
am-
concerned with the state
Control
of
S.
education of
Control
Nevada?
S.
Yeah.
I might hit like control A.
Higher
if I
education.
try to do that.
Then you push Control Z.
But you got the proposals, the proposals.
We recognize all
Oh,
colleges.
shoot, look, guys, we pulled it, it's down below.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Good, no, it makes me feel better.
Yeah, me too.
Go ahead.
Oh, so we can get rid of all this.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Okay, cool.
Oh man, that was
No, no, no.
Not the whole thing,
No,
wait a minute.
no, not the whole thing.
not the whole thing. Okay,
Just
okay.
Wait, go down, can we read
I'm really not a good
Stop,
writer.
okay, go back up.
My sister's good. She does like imagery and like stuff? She's writing her personal.
This is a different statement, but it's similar to the other one. I think that's why it's confusing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the UNR political aspect here, but call upon.
All concerned with the state of Nevada's higher education.
Yes.
But we already have that down below.
But down below we have the list.
Yeah,
What
we
if
have the
cut
same
out
list twice, so
Yeah.
we need to shortlist one of them.
I have,
Like if you
I have all
read,
the seasons.
go back down to the.
How about
not a
this?
girl.
How about call upon our community for our.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Call
Park,
upon.
yeah, that's what.
Please don't make That was only the theme song for the first season, and they changed it for the rest of the seasons, but that's the one that everyone
To
remembers.
do what?
I didn't know until I watched all the DVDs, because I used to watch
And
them
it's
all.
true, it's true. You guys, this is good. We still have some time to kill, right?
Yeah,
We have an
no, I
hour.
gotta go print it up and bring it back.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So what, yeah, this is,
Framers.
what did we ask? What was the rest of that stuff?
So we're.
I doubt it. They probably just wrote.
We might have to go back quite a bit.
Framers are brilliant.
Brilliant.
See, I feel like we're calling upon them to recognize their role. Oh, man. To support us.
To support this effort.
Yeah.
That sounds very political right there. To support this effort.
Yeah.
We recognize all colleges and universities in the Nevada system of higher education as allies in our struggle. We will work together for adequate funds and the attention of our representatives. Together we cannot be ignored. Let us discover a new standard for student political involvement. Let us rid our campus and all students of our state of apathy and disenfranchisement. All right. So that looks good,
I
right?
really like this.
We're here for.
We propose the following measures. Inclusion of a Nevada college student on the Nevada Board of Regents. This will make our presence known and ensure that the students' concerns are addressed in a formal setting. Creation.
Okay, never mind. You're right.
The creation of a student oversight committee at the University of Nevada, Reno to represent the interests of the students during any major decisions at the university. A pledge to oppose any further cuts to higher education funding. Our state and local politicians and representatives need to sign the UNR Political Activist Pledge demanding no further cuts to education funding in Nevada. This will help constituents hold their elected officials and representatives accountable and let students know which politicians stand by their interests.
I would put, I don't know about you guys, during all major decisions at the university instead of during any.
And I would also say a Nevada undergraduate, because it.
Okay, our state and local politicians. Should I get rid of our politicians and representatives and just pick one too? Never mind, okay. Man, alright, I already forgot what we were doing. Man, no further cuts to education funding in Nevada.
So during the second one?
This one?
Yeah, like I would change all major decisions at the university rather than any.
Some kid brought some big cocaine to school.
Right there, right where you are.
Do you guys agree?
Spell it.
Okay, and then I'm getting sick of staring at a computer
Did you
screen.
hear
So I guess.
when he pretty much told me and Shelby to stop?
I know, yeah.
Were you there?
Inclusion of Nevada undergraduate, or a Nevada student, or a University of Nevada student.
I'm the first
Oh, I
And
see,
then
I
me and
see.
Shelby were like picking on him.
Yeah,
Inclusion
University
of
of
undergraduate school.
Religion and race, when really it's just.
We're just asking for
when he
a
says
Nevada
stuff
student,
that-
because if we felt the University of Nevada students,
Oh,
then the,
And
They
he
would
tells
kind of
us
screwed over
every
all
single
the
day.
help.
Should I put undergraduate
that
in
he's
here?
a Jew and he's black.
I don't know that. I didn't know this.
Like,
Nevada undergraduate.
like, no, it's like no issue
College
with his
student,
like
maybe?
ethnicity or race or anything, but like he says things and then he contradicts himself. And then me and Shelby are like, and then we stare at him. Yeah.
Or just a student representative on the Nevada Board of Regents.
So we said undergraduate earlier.
The inclusion of a student representative on
It's a hate
on the
crime.
Nevada Board of Regents.
yeah. Inclusion of a student representative.
41.
No.
I have an 89.5.
No. Oh, yes. He's right, sorry.
I was listening and I was just a little confused. That's all. No, wait, no.
In that case, I think you would have to leave Nevada and maybe, oh, sorry, you'd have to leave college, I think.
Delete that.
Maybe
Okay, all right, leave it, yeah.
Student representative, yeah.
Terrorism lady is way too perky.
Or what if we get rid of Nevada undergraduate student representative?
Moss.
Whatever you want.
I didn't know.
She's just a very perky person.
I don't know. I think it's
With interest in tourism.
I'm okay with
Is that
that.
cool? All right, I'm gonna read the last little part. Ultimately, we demand that students, faculty, alumni, staff, parents, and all who care about the future of the Nevada system of higher education recognize their role in the political process. We have an active population of students who care passionately about the state, their respective school, and the budget crisis. We need to continue to channel this energy into meaningful political action. We cannot wait any longer. We cannot wait any longer for our situation to change. Our time is now.
I like it.
No.
Now email this.
Save, push save.
Push save.
Control
Push
S.
save.
Can you,
Would it be the respective
I don't know
schools?
whose email that is. It might be Nate's. Can you send it to me and I'll go up and print up the copy?
Yeah.
Would it be the respective
I
school?
just, like, have you ever applied
Wait,
for
say
like
what?
Would it be their respective school or respective school?
Where? Which one?
Are we doing schools?
The, like,
When I
Oh, yeah.
first started.
You put school.
I had some business school specific ones.
I put an
never
S in there,
actually
dude?
got- I applied for the first semester and didn't get it. I got
Where?
a business school
Where?
specific one.
What
And
do
I
you-
know, I
don't think I should
What
write
is this? Is this like
Cool.
attendance
Right here.
or-
Oh, when they actually.
Oh, you would
On my way back.
Oh, no, I don't remember at all.
Yeah.
Because I've actually
I see why Mary-
qualified for the same ones.
Yeah, see, all of the documentaries
Since
that
I
they did in last bat, they were really good. I don't think I can do it. I've been watching, they ran out of shows to watch on Netflix, so I just watched all these documentaries. Pretty much about big business are making us